right, thank you so much for joining us. As you all know, the clock is ticking down, or we are counting down on the Agri Fair happening this weekend. If you're intending to miss out, or if you have any other plans, I would encourage you to postpone your plans and make your way to the Efua Sutherland Park on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this whole weekend. That's from the 20th to the 22nd of June. And joining me this morning in the studio are one of our sponsors. You know, we have lots of sponsors on the Agri Fair, and we've been joined by members from the Horticulture Business platform. This morning, I have the honor to welcome Barnabas K. Apom, who is a Senior Project Manager with Ghana Netherlands Business and Culture Council, and also he is with the Horticulture Business platform as a Project Coordinator. And I also have Catherine Kobo Edusei, who is a Managing Director at Eden Tree Ghana Limited and also a Chairperson at the Horticulture Business Center, a business platform, and also a core team member, as well as Sarah Araba JC, Marketing and Sales Lead, Holland Green Tech Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us in the studio.
Good morning.
Let me start off by asking you, we've been making a lot of noise about the Agri Fair. What informed your decision as a company or as a brand to be a part of this fair this year?
Okay. All right. So Horticulture Business Platform, basically, we started in 2023 to bring together all the sector players within the horticulture sector. One of our key sponsors, which is the Dutch Embassy, has already been doing a lot of activities within the horticulture sector. However, the platform is the members within the platform that came together, and with their support, to be able to be independent, to be able to run activities that will benefit the sector. So for HBP, one of our core objectives is to bring light or awareness into the horticulture sector. And we noticed that there were quite a lot of activities, but when it comes to horticulture, a lot of people didn't even know what horticulture really means. So basically, we are looking at fruits and vegetable production and also ornamentals. So our core objective was to start bringing that highlight to the horticulture sector. So it is not only city, but then we also looked at other partners that are already doing activities within the horticulture sector, and we were partnering them since last year. So what really informed us is because you are looking at horticulture, we thought that you are coming into our space, and we want to give you the push. That's the reason why we are here.
We are grateful that you want to be a part of it, because I bet you're not going to regret it. Now, let me come to you, Sarah. What do you do at Holland Green, or what is your role, or what addition are you adding to the team at HBP?
Okay. Good morning to your viewers, and thank you for having me here again. So basically, for Holland Green Tech, we support farmers to grow in a smart and sustainable way. How do we do this? By giving them trainings using modern farming technologies. For example, I have a device right here. This is a pH meter. This is to check acidity for the plants. We also have irrigation set up here. We also have quality seeds over here. We have substrates. We have greenhouses. So these are some of the farming technologies, modern farming technologies that we share with the farmers. And we not only do that, but we try and do more of capacity building in intensive ones, trainings. We've done it across the country for the past 5 years. And the whole idea is to reduce losses and then to boost productivity. So for this year, joining HBP on the Agri Fair, we are inviting corporate Ghana institutions, come by, let's talk. And let's discuss.
Now, before I go to Catherine, you mentioned capacity training. And on Breakfast Daily, on all our other programming here at ChannelOne TV and City FM, we've been calling on individuals as well as organizations who are interested in farming. Does that mean that when I come to the Agri Fair within the 3-day period, that's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I get to interact with you from HBP, and then you tell me all that I need to know when it comes to farming?
Exactly. Oh. So if any institution, church, mosque is interested to explore an impact strategy or a corporate social responsibility under horticulture, under agriculture, you can pass by and we can discuss from start to finish.
That's interesting.
Yes.
And let me come to you now, Catherine. What do you do at Eden Tree Ghana, and what does this year's Agri-Fair even mean to you?
Right, so Eden Tree Limited has been in the horticulture sector for 28 years now. And we primarily produce fruits and vegetables. We package them and we distribute to the supermarkets in Accra. And we are a network of, you know, organizations, farmers, SMEs, under HBP. And the idea is to increase production. You know, we want to be able to reduce imports because we import so much into Ghana, even fresh. So with HBP, all others, you know, we are not in competition. We are networking because we want to revamp production in Ghana. So that even we discuss, earlier on, Barnabas, we were discussing what crop can we say Ghana is good for within horticulture. We don't have any. If you mention Burkina Faso, you know it's tomatoes.
Yes.
If you mention Niger, you know it's onions. If you mention Ghana, in horticulture, what is it?
Yeah.
So we are also looking at coming together and then with one voice say that can we look at a crop like habanero so that we try and help put emphasis on habanero so that we can be anywhere between 1 to 5. Say, okay, Ghana is there, habanero peppers. You know, so that is what Eden Tree is here for.
That's very laudable and interesting, because many a times we are having conversations about foodstuffs and fresh produce. You hear people say that, oh, prices are high because it's not in season. Prices are high because of this and that. I mean, the imports from other countries and all of that, like you rightly mentioned, tomatoes and onions. Now, if we are going to explore, or if we are going to do a lot in this sector, we need some of these informations to be able to grow. But let me ask you again, for Eden Tree, I understand you've been in business for what? The last 28 years. Yes. 28 years of experience. That's very, very, very interesting. What has been the experience like for being in business for 28 years? I'm sure you've ticked all your boxes, you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's, but what has the experience been like in Ghana for 28 years?
The experience is just like running any other business. You know, there are qualities that you need to have to be able to manage, you know, an organization. You need to be diligent, you need to be honest, you need to have good governance, you know, you need all the right things. And if you have those things, then you will be successful. It is hard, but then for me, my philosophy is that as the hurdle comes, I jump over them.
Right.
And that's it.
Beautiful. Now we have some farm produce on the table being displayed, and I see some things packaged very beautifully. You would run me through that as well, as some juices on the table. But early on, you talked about this. Now talk to us about it again. What exactly it is and what does it do?
So this is an EC meter.
All right. Can you just take it out and let's see what it looks like?
Okay. So this is basically to help the plant with when a farmer is applying nutrients. I don't know which way to show. Yes,
Right.
when a farmer is applying nutrients. So let's take it like you're cooking, you're adding salt to your meals. So as you're cooking, you taste. So this is what you use for the plants.
You don't see.
So that the plants don't get too much salt in their meals. So this is nutrients or less, exactly. So this helps you to find the right range for your plants, not to stress them. Yes, so this is one.
This is smart farming.
Yes. So
because gone were the days where you just I mean, you do it until you hear the spirit say it's enough. You sprinkle the fertilizer until you hear the spirit tell you that it's enough. But now you have the technology to test whether you're putting the right amount, or I mean, even whether or not is less or is more. Then you know that this is just what I need for this crop to grow beautifully.
Yes,
that's nice. And
exactly.
Is it the same thing you have
this
in this
is
as well?
a pH. This is to check acidity for the plant in the soil. You get it? Yes. So this is one. Also, we have, so like I said, smart and sustainable ways of farming. So we have here a sticky trap. This is for pest management. So for white flies, instead of also checking and spraying every time, you can have these raised on the garden or farm, and then they just trap your plants for you. This is a smart way of farming, reducing losses and boosting your productivity. Yes.
Wow, Sarah, so per your introduction of this into the market, per your engagements with the farmers, if there's been any, how well informed do you think they are about these smart products or tools for farming to make it very easy? Because who would have thought that farming or agriculture will get here when it comes to farming and agriculture?
Okay, so let me also mention that, I mean, per the support from the Dutch Embassy, we've been involved in some exciting projects like the ACHI, which we are running with the 5 agri-colleges in Ghana. So Damango, Ejura, Wenchi, Kwadaso, and Ohao. Yes, so here we are also training them on smart ways. So we've already introduced these tools into the market through these projects, and farmers are already getting on board and they are getting the understanding. And it's very practical, because we also have demonstration fields on all these campuses, so they have hands-on trainings all the time. And I mean, I can say that they're excited, and people are getting a hand of what all these tools will do to aid us move faster. Because in the past, I mean, how are you going to check your pollinate in there's no measurements, but what we are preaching is precision farming, doing it the right way. So there's a soil, I'll call it a soil, but it's a substrate.
Okay.
Yes, so when you
That's
start,
it, down there by the gallon. Okay.
Before you get to this stage, you need to start right. So we encourage farmers, you nurse your seeds. In the past, you just pour your seeds into the soil. This time, no. Put them in a seed tray, add this, and then you have your plants growing very well. Yeah.
Nice. Now let's go to the ingredients or crops on the table. I can see some yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, yellow habanero pepper, which I haven't seen in a very long time, as well as red habanero pepper. We have some chopped vegetables, fruits, there's coconut, there are juices, as well as seeds packaged very beautifully. This yellow bell pepper, why is it so hard to find? Why? You would have to tell us. Why is it so hard and very, very expensive?
Yes, so bell peppers are actually grown mostly in the greenhouses. Greenhouses are a bit expensive and it takes a lot to manage. So probably that is why they are a bit, I mean, scarce. But also the availability of the seeds in the past, it wasn't there. But now, Holland Green Tech is here. We have a wide range. We have the red, we have the yellow, we have orange. Yes, bell peppers available. We also have the habaneros, red and yellow. All these seeds are readily available now, so no more scarcity for us.
So Barnabas, does that mean that if I'm going to come to the Agri Fair, when I'm coming to the Agri Fair for the 3 days, I get all of these products and more from you at Horticulture Business Park?
So we have a lot of our members that are coming, and they all have various. So this is just one of them. They have seeding. We also have East-West seed. We also have seeds and others that will come. But just to add to your point, one of the key things that we are actually trying to promote is for Ghanaians to start looking at farming as a business. You see, the reason why there's a need for introducing these new technologies is if you are running it as a business, then you see the need to do that. We are looking at a stage where we want to encourage young people to go into farming. And want them to know that now farming is something that is very sexy and something that they have.
Attractive.
Exactly, it's attractive. I mean, you can use all the latest things and you can produce all these things for a member. So on that day, I mean, we are going to meet a lot of our members and see what people are doing within the horticulture sector. And then we also share with them also some of the programs that we are running. She talked about the ACHI program, but then there are other programs that we're also running to help young people to get a start into the horticulture sector.
Now, wrapping up with you, Catherine, what's the future looking like for horticulture in Ghana? Because for doing this for 28 years and counting, I mean, you should be able to tell us what the future is looking like. What are we supposed to expect?
Okay, so like, for example, the bell peppers. that you say they're hard to come by. 10 years ago, you wouldn't find bell peppers grown in Ghana. They were all imported, okay? But with smart farming, we are able to do it now. So the future is, as we enlarge smart farming, we'll be able to cultivate things that we don't.
Right.
And smart farming also helps farmers, because when they use the old system, you know, they can only get maybe a quarter of the yield or half of the yield. And then price-wise, they will put all their profits and everything on that quarter or half yield. But with smart farming, they can get maybe 90% yield. So that way, then the pricing will be good for those of us who are in processing or those the consumers. So in future, prices will come down, availability will be there, farmers will be able to meet their yields. High yields means more money in their pockets.
Right.
Okay, and then we continue to improve in agriculture. Agriculture really, if we are able to develop it well, we don't need to go anywhere. You know, we really don't need to go anywhere.
Barnabas, in 30 seconds, what should patrons coming to the Agri Fair this weekend expect from you? 30 seconds and we wrap up.
First of all, I think we want everyone to understand that agriculture is the future. If you are a young person and you are not looking into doing something within agriculture, then you are missing out, because you can see the wave. Everyone is talking about agriculture. Even this new fair that has come up is as a result of that. So we want everyone to see that, hey, there's an opportunity in agriculture and we want to look at it. We are there to provide you with the network and also the knowledge for you to start. So what we will say is that come to the fair, get to make very new connections, get to see where can you start. Sometimes you just start from even your own backyard garden, and then gradually you grow. And we want to connect you with the people who are already in the sector and they have a lot of experience over the years. And then you learn, and then you can also grow up. So I think basically that's what I would say. For our leaders, I want to also buttress on what Madam Catherine said. We need to have one crop that Ghana is known for. And if we can look at habanero pepper as one, that we can all say that, hey, let's rally behind, because there's a lot of wave all over on horticulture and agriculture. But we need something that will push all of us to rally behind. So I'll encourage everyone to come on board and let us all make horticulture the way and the future for all of us.
Great, thank you very much. So we've been speaking to our sponsors from Horticulture Business Platform. We've had Barnabas Kia Pom, Catherine Kobo, Eduse, as well as Sarah Araba GC. They've been telling us all that they are bringing on board at the Agri Fair, which is happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 3-day event. So if you're thinking of missing out on any, you have 3 days to decide which of the days to come for. If you can attend all 3 days too, it will be a good one for you. If you want to explore your horticulture business, if you want to explore farming and whatnot, that is the place to be. The Foix Sutherland Children's Park, right opposite the National Theatre, is the place. It's right in the center or in the heart of Accra. You cannot miss it. So that's it. The flyer is on your screens. Come and let us explore agriculture as the backbone for our future here in Ghana. Learn how to start some backyard farming. You can even garden in some pots or bottles or any disposables that you could find, and then grow your own foods and eat at home. So we'll see you at the Agri Fair this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. See you later.